Both Poland and Israel this weekend condemned a rally by far-right extremists that took place in the city of Kalisz last week on the country's Independence Day. As the crowd chanted death to the Jews and no to Poland, yes to Poland, Poland being the Hebrew name for Poland, a mock book consisting of the 13th century royal decree that granted Jews legal status to live safely in Poland was set aflame to cheers from protesters. Poland's President Andrzej Duda tweeted this weekend, "I strongly condemn all acts of anti-Semitism. The barbarism perpetrated runs counter to the values on which Poland is based. And in light of the situation on the border and propaganda campaigns against Poland, it is even an act of treason." Israel's Foreign Minister Yair Lapid responded with a tweet, "The horrific anti-Semitic in Poland reminds every Jew in the world of the strength of hatred that exists. The unequivocal condemnation by Polish officials is important and necessary." Well, joining us in studio now is the former Israeli ambassador to Poland, Tzvi Rav-Ner. Mr. Ambassador, thanks for joining us. First of all, I just kind of have to get your reaction to this rally. Had you ever seen anything like that in your time? I mean, a book burning, a big crowd.
Yes, well, it's not the first time, but definitely that's the most extreme thing I've ever seen. Unfortunately, for many years, the Independence Day of Poland has been a reason for the racists and fascists and neo-fascists and neo-Nazis of Poland to march every year on the 11th of November. That's the day of independence, and to slur it with the slogans, anti-Jewish slogans, not to that extreme as 3 days ago, really. I've seen it before during my time of service in Poland. Every year, one after the other, there are always maybe not that big crowds, but it was quite a shame that year after year, those guys, those groups have been raising the same, using the same chanting and slogans, very strong anti-Jewish. Maybe this time it was more picturesque with the burning of the deed of King Boleslav. 2 days, by the way, after the Kristallnacht, 83 anniversary of the Kristallnacht in Germany, which marked the beginning of the Holocaust, indeed. So that was too strong, also visually very strong. And of course, the fact that nobody tried to stop them, at least in Warsaw, the mayor of Warsaw tried to stop the march, and in previous years, somehow they were limited.
Well, let me ask you, how much response, we heard the tweet, the condemning it from the Polish president, but how much responsibility do the authorities have for A, not stopping that event, and maybe there were some who feel that some of the actions by the Polish government in recent years has created an atmosphere where something like this could happen?
Yeah, well, maybe, yes. It's true that the atmosphere today is not very good. It's true that the relations between Israel and Poland are not very good at the moment. Have been so for the last few months, or maybe the last 2 years. That's true. But on the other hand, as I mentioned, this is not totally new. It appeared before, even in Warsaw. I saw it in Warsaw a few years ago when the atmosphere was different, when the government was much more liberal in essence, and the atmosphere was totally different at the time. And yet, every year after year, they've been marching with those slogans. They are the descendants of the racist nationalist party that even ruled Poland before the Second World War, and tried to, by legal means, try to boycott Jewish trade and numerus clausus at the university for Jewish students and so on. So they are the descendants of those. It's a historic, unfortunately, it's a historic phenomenon in Poland. Yet, really, these last Thursday manifestation was beyond belief.
Extremely disturbing to see.